Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about the right attitude when dating women. So this is all about a new vibe that you need to be putting across when you're dating women. Okay, because you've got to go into a date with the right kind of attitude. You've got to go into a date with the right kind of mindset, especially if you have not had much success in dating women in the past. So, for example, you never are able to get a second date, or women start to lose interest in you after the first date. So let's say, for example, you go out on a date, you think it goes really well, and then even though she's talking to you still, it's very hard to get her out on that second date. Okay, so if you're struggling with this kind of thing, then it all comes down to a few things. Okay, so there may be a few things that you're doing that are making it happen, that is putting the women off for whatever reason. Now, it could be that you've just had a string of bad luck, and basically you've gone out with women, yeah, and it could be that they've just not been very attracted to you. So they went out on a date with you because maybe you met on an online dating app, and because she wants to get to know you, when she met you, she realized that she didn't actually like you as much as she thought she might do, right? And this might come down to the vibes off, she's just not gelling with your personality. It could be that she doesn't find you as attractive as she did in your profile photos, things to that degree. But these are things that are out of your control, so it's always best to let go of those kinds of things. But what is in your control is your attitude towards a date, because it might be the fact that when you're on a date with a woman, you're doing a bunch of things and you're saying different things that are putting her off you, even though she may have been initially attracted to you. So this video is about what's in your control, okay? So this is what's in your control, okay? This is what you can do on a date. Then you'll know that you've done absolutely everything right. And if a woman loses interest, it was not down to you. It was definitely down to the fact that she just wasn't that attracted to you, okay? Which you should never take personally, by the way, okay? If a woman seems like she was interested, but when you go on a date with her, she suddenly becomes less interested, it's probably to do with an attraction thing, and she just doesn't feel that way about you. She doesn't have that attraction towards you. So we've all had experiences where we're just really drawn to someone and we're really attracted to them. And then there's other people that we're just not drawn to at all, and we're not attracted to them at all. And women are exactly the same. And sometimes it takes going out on a date with someone to actually figure that out and realize how you actually feel about them, right? Once you've got to know them. So just don't take it personally. It's just probably an incompatibility thing. Her attraction for you isn't as high as your attraction for her. And that's what happened. Sometimes that's all that happens. And sometimes that's all what needs to happen for a woman to not want to see you again on a date. So let's get into the right attitude then that you can have on a date, so you know that you did absolutely everything right. So the first thing, and this is really important, is that you got to be laid back. You got to relax, okay? Now, of course, there's always going to be some nerves on a first date, obviously, right? But what I mean by laid back is that you're unattached to the outcome, right? You're not sitting there worrying about coming across in the wrong way. You're not worried about saying the wrong thing. You're not worried about putting her off you, right? Because you're just there to genuinely be yourself, to be laid back, to see how things go, okay? So having a see how things go attitude is the best kind of attitude to have. So you're not trying to lock her into a commitment with you straight away, or immediately talking about relationships and dating her again, right? Don't be talking about those kinds of things. Don't be talking about the future, right? If she wants a future with you, she'll bring it up. She'll bring up like, oh, I had a really great date. Let's do it again sometime. Let her do that. You're laid back. You're seeing how things go. You're getting to know her, okay? So forget about relationship labels. And also don't be pushy about getting laid and really focused on, oh, I wonder if I'm going to get laid tonight. Don't be focused on those kinds of things. Be unattached to any outcome whatsoever. And that's what I mean by laid back. Just be able to get to a headspace where you can enjoy yourself and enjoy the day and just enjoy the experience of getting to know another human being. Okay? So what you want to be doing then is you want to be focused less on you and how you're coming across and more focused on asking her questions about herself, right? Especially if you can find the key is asking her questions about herself so you get to know her, obviously, but also trying to get to a point where you can find a conversation that she lights up about. So if you're talking about, let's say, a TV show or you're talking about music, and then she starts to light up and talk, and she gets really excited about talking about one of those things, ask her more questions about it. So if she gets really excited about talking about a favorite TV show, ask her questions about it. Ask her more questions about that thing that she got really excited about answering. Okay? And because people love it when, obviously, you ask questions about them, but they love it even more when you're facilitating them to talk about things that they like to talk about. So if you can get her to talk about things she likes to talk about, then she's going to be feeling good. And if she feels good, she's going to associate positive feelings with you. So a book that can really help with this kind of thing and communication and everything along those lines is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And Dale Carnegie said something like this. He said, you can get a person to like you more by talking about them in 2 minutes than talking about yourself in 2 months. So it's better to ask people. It doesn't even have to be romantic lovers. It could be friends. If you're trying to make a friend, if you're trying to, get a family member to warm up to you, it's best to ask them about themselves rather than just sitting there and talking about yourself. Okay, now this is cool because it also gauges how interested and lets you know how interested in you she is, because if you're asking her questions about herself, if she likes you, then she should at least be sometimes returning the so what about you? So if you're asking about like favorite movies, right, and she tells you about her favorite movies, she'll then be like, oh, what about you, right? And that's how you know that she's actually interested in you as well. Right? Or at least she's interested in getting to know you. It doesn't necessarily mean that her attraction is 1000%, right? Yeah? It just means that she's obviously got some interest in you as well, okay? Because she's asking about you. She's not just sitting there talking about herself, okay? But it's really cool to be able to get a woman to talk about herself and get her to do most of the talking, because that means you remain more mysterious, yeah? And you because you're not revealing as much as what she is, she's going to want to go out on another date with you because she didn't get as much information about you as she wanted to on the first date because you facilitated her talking about herself, right? It's interesting, right? Makes her want to see you again because she didn't quite get to know you as much as she wanted to because you let her do most of the talking. So you want to have that kind of attitude, laid back, getting to know her, take the emphasis off yourself, and you want to focus as well on fun and laughter. You want to be getting her to laugh and to open, because the best way to let a woman's guard down, because a lot of women do have their guard up when they meet a man they've never met before out, especially if you're using online dating apps, right? If it's someone you work with, then obviously she probably knows you a bit more, but it's still a good idea to get her to laugh and warm up to you that way. But anyway, the best way to get a woman's guard down if she doesn't know you very well is to just be fun and goofy. Just be your fun and goofy self and get her to do the same. Facilitate her to do the same by you being yourself, right? And just act like you're just two little kids just having fun, right? And that's the kind of attitude that you want to bring to it. That's the kind of a vibe that you want to come across. You want to just be having fun, being silly, being a bit goofy. Obviously, if things do turn to a serious topic, talk about that for a few minutes, but then try and get off the serious topics. Try and just keep it lighthearted, right, and fun and enjoyable for you both, and just have a good time, just have fun, yeah? And so it's all about having this attitude of seeing how things go and not being focused on relationship labels, getting laid, worried that you're coming across wrong. You just got to be laid back, see how things go, just get to know her and enjoy yourself, make it fun, get her to laugh, get her to talk about things she likes to talk about, and that's all you need to do. And the women that are attracted to you will want to keep on seeing you, okay? And the women that are not attracted to you, well, there's nothing you can do about that, and they just won't see you. But as long as you did everything in this video, at least you know that you did everything right, okay? So you may want to save this video and come back to it, okay? So before you go out on a date, right? So you can get an essence of what the right vibe should be, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you like coaching with me and you need help with a very specific situation, then you can go to www.christineloverish.com and select whichever coaching option works best for you. But it's not necessary because my videos are here as well, and they're free to watch. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.